Jaya Girivardhari. Yashodhanandana Jaya Vraja Janaranjana. Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Vraja Janaranjana. Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunjabi Hari. Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunjabi Hari. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radhita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radhita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Hari. Jaya Kunja Hari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nastapresho Bhadrisho Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavata Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. I think everybody speaks English. Somebody doesn't. Versteht jemand nicht Englisch? Außer Kishore-Kund? Yeah, so sorry, I will speak in English. We're reading from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 4th canto, chapter 20, text 32. Wurde nicht angeschrieben? Nicht so schlimm, alles gut. Yeah, it's the wrong verse here written, but I will just chant without the verse. Yeah, but we can chant the old verse. At least we chant the Bhagavatam. That's nice. We practice. That's Bhagavad Gita even. Okay, this I don't have now. Okay. Then I just chant alone. Some have it on the phone, so those who have it on the phones, they can follow. Okay, then it's all good. Maitreya uvacha iti adi rajena nutasvadik. Yeah, I missed one word. Iti adi rajena nutasa vishvadrik. Tam aha rajanmayi bhaktir ashtute. Tam ahan rajanmayi bhaktir astute. Tishtye drishidir mayete kritayaya. Tishtye drishidir mayete kritayaya. Mayam madiyam tarati sma dushyayam. Mayam madiyam tarati smadushtayam. Maitreya uvacha. Iti atirajena nutasa vishvadrik. Tam maharajan mayi bhaktir astute. Dishtyeti drishidhir mayite kritayaya. Mayam madiyam tarati smadushchayam. Maitreya uvacha. Iti rajanan. Tam ahara janmayi bhaktirastute. Mayam hadiyam tarati smadushajam. Maitreya uvacha. Atirajena nutasa vishvadrik. Okay, Mataji. Okay, no phone. Okay, one more Prabhu. Maitreya uvacha. Okay. Maitreya, the great sage Maitreya. Uvacha spoke. Iti, thus. Iti Rajana, by the original king. Pritu. Nutaha, being worshipped. Saha, he, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vishvadrik, the seer of the whole universe. Tam, unto him. Aha, said. Rajan, my dear king. Mayi, unto me. Bhaktihi, devotional service. Astu, let it be. Te, your. Dishtya, by good fortune. Idrishi, like this. Dihi, intelligence. Mayi, unto me. Te, by you. Krita, having been performed. Yaya, by which. Mayam, illusory energy. Madhyam, my. Tarati, crosses over. Sma, certainly. Tushchayam, very difficult to give up. Wow, you were fast. Was very nice. Felt like a yagya we were doing now. Very beautiful. So the translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhaichar Nadavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. The great sage Maitreya continued by saying that the Lord, the seer of the universe, after hearing Prithu Maharaja's prayers, addressed the king. So the Lord addressed the king. My dear king, may you always be blessed by engaging in my devotional service. Only by such purity of purpose, as you yourself very intelligently express, can one cross over the insurmountable illusory energy of Maya. Once again, the great sage Maitreya continued by saying that the Lord, the seer of the universe, after hearing Prithu Maharaj's prayers, addressed the king. That's the main part now. My dear king, may you always be blessed by engaging in my devotional service. Only by such purity of purpose as you yourself very intelligently express can one cross over the insurmountable illusory energy of Maya. Beautiful. So, purport. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, wherein the Lord also claims that the illusory energy is insurmountable. No one can transcend the illusory energy of Maya by fruitive activity, speculative philosophy, or mystic yoga. The only means for transcending illusory energy is devotional service, as the Lord himself states. Mam eva ye prapadyante mayam itam tarantite. If one wants to cross over the ocean of material existence, there is no alternative than to take to devotional service. A devotee therefore should not care for any material position, whether in heaven or in hell. A devotee should always engage in the service of the Lord. That is his real occupation. Simply by sticking to that position, one can overcome the stringent laws of material nature. Homa Yajna timidandasya gananjana shalakaya chakshurum litam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha Shri Chaitanya manobistam stapitam yena bhutale Swayam rupa kadamayam dadati sampadantikam. Hey Krishna karuna sindhu dinabandhu jagatpati Gopesha gopika kanta radha kanta namostate Tapta kanjana gaurangi radhe vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu sute devi pranamami hari priye Vanchakalpadru vesha kripa sindhu bevasha Patitanam bhavanevyo vaishnavevyo namo namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Karamakanana Samati Namani Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Guru Dasya Advaita Samati Namani Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Samati Namani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachadine Nivrishesha Sunyavadi Paskachadide Satadine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So it's very interesting that the Lord blesses Prithu Maharaj with his own devotional service, to be engaged in my devotional service. So, if I bless Daruka, I bless you with my devotional service. Sounds very interesting, huh? I bless you with my... So one might think that the Lord is very enamored by himself. He's very proud, or he wants only that we serve him, that we are his subjects and we serve him nicely and we only love him. But the difference is you can maybe compare it a little bit to a child and the mother, because it is completely natural for the child to have love and attachment for the mother, and where it can feel completely safe and completely wholesome in the association. But if the mother then says, I give you the blessing, but you always engage in my service, let's have a loving relationship, it sounds like a blessing. In our situation with Daruk and me, it doesn't sound like a blessing. So, but in the relationship, because it is our nature to be engaged in the service of the Lord, and it's also our most protected environment, therefore it is a blessing to be engaged in his devotional service. So if the Lord says, may you be engaged in my loving devotional service, it is, let's have a loving relationship, basically. Let's be in bhakti. Let's see for the Sanskrit. It says here, Rajan Mayi Bhaktihi. My dear king, Mayi, unto me, you should have Bhaktihi, devotional service, or let it be. Let you have bhakti, also translated as love or attraction, like lovable relationship. So that's actually very nice. So the Lord is offering Prithu Maharaj a Shakti Avesh avatar, his loving reciprocation. Well, let's have a loving relationship. I mean, what's nicer than that, actually? So that's, now it sounds completely different. So, and then we see that only by such purity of purpose as you yourself very intelligently express can one cross over the insurmountable illusory energy of Maya. Taranti, cross over. Tarantite. There's also a very famous Bhagavad Gita verse. Mayam itam tarantite. How does the whole verse go? I forgot. Who can help me? Daivi hisha gunamai mai maya turachya mai. Yeah, mayam itam tarantite, then the last line. So only those who are engaged in devotional service, they can cross over the ocean of material existence. Daivi hisha gunamai. So only by purity of purpose. And that purity of purpose, Prabhupada explains in the purpose, he says a devotee should not care for any material position, neither in heaven or in hell. So now this is very interesting. What is our purpose? What is why we are here? What is the reason for us chanting the holy names of the Lord? Now you can think for yourself, what is the real reason you're actually doing all of that? Is somebody pushing you? Are you, you want some recognition by your peers? Do you think that's something that you need to do? Or is it something that you really feel like doing? Or is it that you really have a taste in it? Or do you want to experience some love? Or do you want to have a superhuman experience, out-of-body experience, some supernatural trip? Or do you want to feel peace? What do you want? Why you're sitting here? I'm also asking myself, why I'm wearing this? Why I'm, dressed up funnily, normal karmis, normal people in the world might think, what is this guy? Why am I sitting here? What's my purpose? For me now, my purpose today is for my own purification, that I think over these matters and can speak to you. And yes, so we must think, why am I doing this? When you chant japa and sit in the morning, why am I chanting these rounds? Why am I putting on tilak? Why am I eating this wonderful prasadam? I mean, that's very easy, we're hungry. But you can also go deeper, you can have, that's the love of, the loving reciprocation of the Lord that we offer. The cook has cooked it and then we are having it. But, and also, for example, yesterday we had a pizza. What is it exactly? Why do we make such an effort of standing there and making the pizzas in the oven, putting on the fire? It's quite a work, So why are we doing that? It's to have a loving exchange. It's to have a deeper experience, because we came after doing this little yagya of going around, doing the Padayatra, and now we are together finally and celebrate it. Now let's have some big pizza prasadam. So that is very nice, and that is heart touching. So love goes through the stomach. Shri Prahlad Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai. So so this is the purpose. So if you understand the purpose in whatever we are doing, if you're very conscious of it, it is extremely powerful, and it is becomes an immense experience. Else we just are doing like a robot. I mean, that's for me my normal thing, that my pitfall where I fall in. It's just, okay, it's my duty and I just do it, You just do it every day. You stand up, chant your rounds, read the books, put on tilak, dress up for going to temple. But what is the purpose that you have within? And the more you're conscious, then that's actually the basic of devotional service. The basis is to be aware, to be conscious, then you become Krishna conscious. So the basis is to be first little in sattva guna, not so passionate. As brahmacharis sometimes we were very passionate, and we like to do things, book distribution, master distribution, have things going, It is amazing. It is for your purification, but to be in Sattva Guna, to be conscious what you're doing, actually can transform the whole experience into something completely different. Like, especially when it's kirtan, or you're standing up or you're doing whatever service you're doing, and then you're conscious of what you're doing, then for me, it's especially kirtan. If you're conscious in the kirtan, you can sit there, and it's so beautiful because all of us are singing. It's like the sweetest part of us we are showing, you know? When you sing, I'm talking, but if I would be singing, it would sound different. So singing is a very sweet expression of yourself. So everybody is showing the best side for the Lord. They're singing, and they're showing their emotions. So if you're in the kirtan, you're singing the next days, we're going to have a nice festival with His Holiness Satchinanda Maharaj, His Holiness Krishna Kshetra Maharaj, and Madhava Prabhu. We're going to have amazing kirtans. So then we're going to sing. Yeah, we're going to prepare for that. Yeah. And then the main thing is that you actually sing, that you're part of it. Your purpose is pure. Why am I singing here? Like sometimes, you know, when there's this kirtan, sometimes it's just like, oh, so nice, you know, he can sing so nice melodies, nice rhythm, you know, we groove it. Or, we can go with it. But then if you sit inside, then the clearer your purpose is, the more powerful the experience can be. So that's when Madhava's kirtans, you know, he has been singing like for 15 years, the same melodies. But it's amazing, it's ever fresh when you sit in their kirtans, it takes you away. Why? Because he's so pure in purpose. He's sitting there and he really wants to satisfy the Lord. And you see, he has had a professional training in it with Indra Prabhu. They were very strict and he was beaten up. So, but it is nice. You have like we on Sankirtan, after some time, you get a training in it. It's like kind of a meditation where you go out in book distribution, you know, in the morning. I like basically when you was going out in book distribution, you go out of the van, there's a stack of books, the fresh air, the people are there. Wow, it feels so good, you know. And then you say the first person, hello, and it says no. Oh, the word is normal. Beautiful. So the same thing in kirtan, you know, when you do it every day, and after a day, so it'd be like in the morning you wake up, Mangal Arati, the cold shower, you put on the tilak, you know, put on the dhoti, you stand there, and then samsara dava nadadida loka. Wow, so nice. It's beautiful. And you just can be happy to be in this meditation, to have every day this routine. Routine can be very beautiful if you're very conscious and relish it. But also it can be just mechanical, you know, some are half asleep. But if you take it with this purpose within that, I'm here to purify myself, to be a nice, have a spiritual enlivening experience, it can change. And so also in kirtan, it should not be that I want to have this amazing experience, but I want to serve the Lord. I want to glorify Him. I want to have this taste on the tongue, you know, when we chant Hare Krishna, then it's so sweet. Especially in this association, when we have saints around us who can lead us in the kirtan very nicely. It's like, wow, it's beautiful. So, like that, when you do your activities, you chant, then you should be very conscious. And kirtan is very easy. If you can transfer the same thing to your japa, that you take your beads and then finally have again the mala in my hand. Nowadays, when I don't find my japa in the morning, I become very nervous. Like somebody who has Entzugserscheinungen, I don't know how you say in English. But it's like, where's my japa? I'm looking for it, you know, become very nervous. So you need to have the japa in the morning. And then you feel like, oh, nice, I can chant Hare Krishna. Mind becomes peaceful. So what does this purpose, I made some notes, what does this purpose give you? So what precious could be that it is not pure? So, of course, something is not pure if you have your ego within it, meaning you want to have, you want to achieve something. I do this so that people can recognize me. I do a big kirtan and everybody's like, wow, you did such a good kirtan. Or you clean the floor very dramatically. I've seen everything. Or you do book distributions, and then in the end, the next day, in front of Nrsingadev, he has distributed 200 books. Whoa! Why do you do that? So the purpose is very important. Why do we perform devotion service? Is it for your ego or not? But is it also out of greed? Maybe you want to have something more that you just like to gather, or you want to be you want to now in social media you want to have more followers, you want to have more people praising you, you want to have just more of that, you're not satisfied. Or another is that you are pressured. That's a very interesting one, I think, because you just might feel, okay, I feel that's a social norm, therefore I'm just putting on a dhoti, or now in the temple I need to chant, when I'm in it. But actually you don't really feel that you need to chant or that you want to chant. Then it becomes very superficial. But also on the other hand, we have the spiritual master who are supposed to push you into a devotional service. So this kind of pushing is different. It's the pushing of leading yourself into a service. So that's not a pressure that you must file yourself into, or like we have the scriptures, rules and regulations. It's actually lots of pressure. You can say we are in a certain borderlines, confinement. And within this confinement, or this cultural expression, we are expressing our love for Krishna. But it is a guidance. It's a guidance to flow, to direct our emotions and cultural expression in a very sweet way. Because you want saying, okay, I'm Westerner. I take the trumpet and I play Bavarian music for Lord Nrsimhadev. Could be. Why not? But we have a direction by the scriptures and by the Guru how to express in a loving and a sweet way our love for Krishna. So it is kind of a pressure, but you can take the flow and take it very consciously. But you can, because we are such a society where there are quite many rules, we're strict, we want to be pure. This strictness of rules can be impurity of yourself, where you just are following the rules. It's like that, and the nectar of instruction, you're following the rules for the rules' sake, not for what they're meant to. They're all meant to attain bhakti, like pure love for Krishna, but if you're stuck within this nitty-gritty things, and what's the use of it? So that's very important that we understand that for ourselves, that what is my purpose. Then also, if you have a clear purpose, you're going to be more resilient to stress. If you really want to please Krishna, and then whatever stress or pressure comes, like we have a marathon book distribution, it is very stressful. It's else our service is kind of relaxed. Also during festivals, it is very stressful. It becomes very intense. So in extreme or pressured situations, then if your purpose is real, then you can keep it up. If your purpose is not real, then you might you feel self-destruction, you feel an unsatisfaction. You might do it. You might even, because you want to achieve something, you want to get some recognition, some praise, some acceptance by your colleagues. You might get it, but in the end, you feel like empty. But if you do it really to please Krishna, to please Guru, to just be yourself. It's also not that we should think, okay, I only want to please the Lord. It is for your growth that you're doing that. It's for your growth that you're engaging in devotion service. It's not only to please everybody else. Sometimes it's like you want to please them. Prabhuji, whatever you want. It's for your purification. We should be conscious of that. It's not greed. It's not selfish, but it is it's being authentic. So, and of course, in our authenticity, it is for our own, and that's what I last time spoke about, is for our own. Real authenticity means for your ultimate good, not for your intermediate good, but for your ultimate good. You have your good, what is good for you now, you think that's what most people think, I'm authentic, I just follow my whims, and I'm feeling very authentic. That's not authentic, because your ultimate good is what you should have in front of you. And only if you follow this ultimate good of you, then you're actually authentic. Yeah? So, also we should see that purpose is intrinsic um, intrinsic to wealth, but also not only material wealth, but spiritual wealth. If your purpose is real, whatever you perform is more saturated. It just feels like it's the right thing. You know, if you do it like you're doing it, and without any purpose or with some personal or not right purpose, then you feel like, okay, I'm just doing the work, it's being done, and it's super. But if you have your purpose within it, then it's like it's the right thing to do. It feels very powerful. It feels very sweet. Yes, and the other thing is, if you have a real purpose, you have a clarity. Like if you know, like on Sankirtan, if you or in your service, if you have your purpose, you know what's right and what's wrong. And in your life, if you don't have a purpose or your understanding why you're doing this, then you feel like, oh, where am I? You know. So therefore, sometimes your mind becomes mental, and then you need an elder person to kind of put you on track. You know, give you a slap, bum bum, wake up. You know, you must do like that. And we need somebody like that. You know, because if we don't have, then that's what a coach or a mentor is meant to do, to give you advice. Come on, let's get on track again. And if you don't have such a loving friend or loving mentor from whom you're ready to accept slaps and sometimes gives you a slap, bang, come on, do it. then you're missing out something in life. Yeah, you should always search for somebody like that, and that's very difficult nowadays because we have a very nowadays, like in parenting, because I'm a father, it's called gentle parenting. So that's the whole mood of society. It's very gentle, you know. Gentle parenting means that you let your children do what they want, but you make them, you correct them in a very soft way, not very extreme. So nowadays also our whole society is very soft and everybody's scared to correct or say anything. But actually you need somebody to correct you so that you become strong, so that you can grow beyond jump over your shadows. That's the understanding of a guru. And in this sense, actually shiksha gurus or personal friends who know you good and give you advice are more important, I would say, than your initiating spiritual master. Oh, that's very controversial. Very controversial, yeah. Why? Because the spiritual master you see him maybe once a year, 2 times a year, and he comes. Of course, you have a very deep spiritual connection to him, but what's the real connection of instructing you from day-to-day basis? So your elders, your seniors who instruct you from day-to-day basis are even in that regard more important for your spiritual growth, and you should be thankful to them if they are strict or heavy on you. If you tell you off, say, thank you, Prabhuji, I want more of that. No, because it's for your good. And if you don't, if the Vaishnavas don't correct it, then you have done something wrong. Yeah, it's good if they sometimes tell you off. It means you're ready to accept something, ready to accept for your growth. And that is the proof that you actually can advance. If you are able to take feedback also. If it's not always good, it's nice. Then you can grow. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. I can grow. I can look in this way or that way. That's very nice. So that's the clarity. You get a lot of clarity when you have a purpose. And I said before, you have a resilience. You can go through challenges if it becomes tough. You know, if you want to, if you are on track and you really want to do it, you know, you do kirtan, for example, for 5 hours or 3 hours with Madhava. And you play mridanga for him. Or Kanabakana Maharaj, you know, we played mridanga for him. For 3 hours or 4 hours. He started at 8 o'clock sometimes here in the evening and then went until 10 p.m. You know, after, you know, he starts like 2 seconds slow and then it's all fast. And then after, you know, your muscles, you know, you cannot go anymore. You're sweating. You're like, oh, go more. You know, then you really must go into it. You have a resilience. You want to please, you want to be part. You want to glorify the Lord with your input. And also in dancing, if you dance, you know, so many people dancing in kirtan, and after 1 hour of dancing, you're like completely finished, all your muscles are hurting, but if still continue dancing, because really you want to please the Lord, and it's really nice. There's a point where the threshold where you can transcend it, you know? But if you just do it because you feel good, then after some time you get bored. But if you really do dance for like, I want to praise the Lord, it's unlimited energy flows through you. Somehow some transformation happens. And it's so beautiful. I don't know, especially also with dancing and singing, you just let it all out. And that's very nice. So you get this resilience. If you have the right purpose, then whatever service you do, you become very strong. Another thing you get is you get trust. Trust not only of yourself that yes, I can do that, but also you get trust from others. People start admiring and following you. It's not why you should be doing that, but it's a natural thing. For example, spiritual master, for him it's only, our sannyasi, Satchidananda Maharaj, for him his purpose is really only to glorify the Lord. His only purpose in life is to write about Krishna, glorify Krishna. And that's so nice, it's very clear. And he's not mental about it. So therefore, immediately you are very attracted to him, and then it's like, yes, that's what I want. And then if you come in a vicinity of such a person who is so clear in his purpose, like Prabhupada was so clear in his purpose, he's not mental about, oh, should I do this, should I do that? It's just like drawing you. You feel like uplifted. You're flying in his association, isn't it? When you come a room of Satchidananda Maharaj or a spiritual master, and you enter a room, you feel like, wow, it's vibrating. Or Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj, it's powerful. Or Bhakti Vikash Maharaj. How is it, Daruka? Powerful. Yeah, sometimes it's very intimidating also, huh? But you feel it. It's like, wow, it's vibrating. So yeah, that's what you experience. And that's what also for yourself you can have if you're clear on your purpose. Why am I doing what you're doing? If you're chanting because you want to chant, if you're singing in the kirtan because you really want to be in the kirtan, if you're a devotee because you really want to be a devotee. But it starts in the small things, it's like, oh, but I'm not a pure devotee. Of course you're not a pure devotee, but at least do the chapatis nicely for Krishna. At least do this part nicely, sing nicely for Krishna. Do your japa in one nice round. I still have 4 rounds to go, so one of these rounds will be a very nice round. So do one thing very nice for Krishna, and this purpose is, even if you do a small thing, it can purify you the whole day. Your whole personality, it can change. Then the last thing that you have, of course, fulfillment. You feel yourself fulfilled in what you're doing. It feels complete. Yes, that's a real thing. That's Krishna consciousness. It's amazing. It's so beautiful, and you want to have more of that. So that's the power of purpose. Purpose is so strong, and the stronger where we are in a purpose, we are undeterred. We have a goal set on it. The stronger it will be, and our mind will be stronger. And I said that also in Bhagavad Gita. Let's see. I'm rusty on my verses. The mind ikeha kurunandana bahusaka hinantascha. Yeah, but how does it start? Yeah. So, and this means that only the intelligence of those who are single-minded can attain me. So then when our purpose is clear, then we can attain Krishna. Usually our purpose is not clear because we have so many desires. Our mind is like going here, there, and then we are like spread all over, and then we are not strong in what we are doing. So let's meditate upon that. And out of curiosity, I want to also make some advertisement. We have some library over there with Gour Nitai Kutir. And we have some very nice new books. And this is the Krama Sandarbha, the commentary on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam by Jiva Goswami, and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the Sartha Darshini, a commentary by Vaishnava Chakravarti Thakur. And you can see here it's the different cantos. It's the canto 4 till 5, all the commentaries of Jiva Goswami. This is canto 4, and all the different books have the different cantos of the different acharyas. So it's very nice. So I thought let's study a little bit the commentaries of Jiva Goswami and Vaishnava Chakravarti Thakur on this specific verse. What do they say? Do they mention bhakti, devotion service, or do they mention something else? Let's see. Okay. It's also interesting because the translation is a little different. Let me read Prabhupada's translation, and then let's read this translation. So it's very nice. So if you are engaged and like books, it's so beautiful. You can go in for hours and hours and see the little details and understandings. It's purity. So, here the Prabhupada's translation. The great sage Maitreya continued by saying that the Lord, the seer of the universe, after hearing Prithu Maharaj's prayer, addressed the king. Now the Lord addresses the king. My dear king, may you always be blessed in engaging in my devotional service. Only by such purity of purpose as yourself very intelligently express can one cross over the insurmountable illusory energy of Maya. So now the translation of this book. Maitreya said, after being praised by Prithu in this way, the Lord, seer of the whole universe, said, O king, may you have bhakti to me. By good fortune you have placed me by good fortune you have placed in me fine intelligence, by which one can cross unsurmountable Maya. So the difference here, he uses the word bhakti, may you have bhakti unto me, and then also, may you have be fine. By good fortune, you have placed in me fine intelligence. Very interesting expression. You have placed fine intelligence in the Lord, by which one can cross over the unsurmountable Maya. So the commentary, listen. Some versions do not have the word Maitreya Uvacha. The Lord had faith in Prithu that he had fixed bhakti for the Lord, and thus had faith that he would not give false teachings. Thus, he desired to give only bhakti. He speaks to reveal Prithu's steadiness and broadcast it everywhere, and by that preach jnana, etc., to persons qualified only for that. That is revealed in this verse. In his statements, Prithu rejected false knowledge, iti yadi. Some versions have tataru sudushtaram. People may cross insurmountable Maya. So here, basically, Jiva Goswami is touching on the point that, on the point of jnana, that by good fortune you have intelligence, you have placed in me fine intelligence, you have placed the right intelligence, the right understanding. So it is important that we have the right kind of jnana, and that the Lord is sure that Prithu Maharaj has the right understanding of jnana. That is the point of Jiva Goswami. Very beautiful. And then in this statement, Prithu Maharaj rejected false knowledge. Now let's listen to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. 32. The Lord speaks. I read the commentary. The Lord speaks. What is most beneficial for the jivas? One should not put faith in jnana, yoga, or other processes proposed by knowers of the Veda, even though they are learned, since they are ignorant concerning the Lord. Here the Lord concludes that bhakti and nothing else is beneficial. So he's focused on not putting faith in jnana and other processes, but that only bhakti is beneficial. It's interesting, it's nice to see how the different acharyas highlight different points which are relevant for us. So do you have any questions or comments? Or critical points? Something that I have not said right? Yeah. Brian?
Thank you for the lecture. You were stressing very much the importance of purpose. Yeah. And so sometimes, well, of course, I guess it's important to see where we are in our own path, and to also set the right intermediate goals to reach the ultimate purpose, I guess. But like how to, so my question, or like what I would like you, maybe you can elaborate on that, how to juggle between the ultimate purpose, which somehow is kind of clear, with the intermediate goals that also may be also needed.
I mean, one of the very important things I see is that you're situated in your ashram. That's very important. The more you're situated in your ashram, and also within your ashram, that you have the right situation. Even if it's a brahmacharya, you might think, what is my service? And this or that or here. If you have a fixed service and you really go into it, you can be very powerful. And then your purpose is clear. We want to be pure devotees. But what is my intermediate purposes in between? That is very interesting and curious. But if you have your service, then it becomes also very clear. So it's nice that any of us take shelter in a service. And for those who are living outside like me, it's like doing sometimes some service here is very beautiful. It's like, yeah, it's the highlight of the week. I can be here. I need to study for this lecture and prepare. It's like, yeah, super. It's good for me. It's really like I'm looking forward to that. So then also, or cooking. I cook one time a week usually. Then it's like I'm looking forward to that. That's my service. And of course, at home I chant, and we have our Jagannath deities. So and I have my job to do it and to maintain the family. So that's my purpose. It's kind of, you have your path which is clear, and the clearer it becomes, the your service, the more you're fanatic about your service, the better it is. Let's put it like that, yeah. And to be fanatic, to make it really nice, so that you can please all the Vaishnavas with that service. And there's nothing wrong about that, being fanatic of your service. Meaning not that everything else is Maya, only your service is super, but it's just like, go into it and dive into it, else you're missing out, And sometimes today, because we're so distracted by social media, but also so many things, social media is the basic thing, because your mind intelligence goes here and there, but you're so distracted. You want to do this, you want to do that, but if you do one thing, do one service and be satisfied with it and go really into it and have complete trust that it's the right thing to do now, then you can really blossom spiritually and materially. It's really nice. Yeah? Does it make sense, Daruka? Or you don't feel you have found your service? You are thinking about it. That's as a brahmacharya, it's a very important thing. Yeah, you need to find your service, and because that's your connection to Krishna. It's like for Ramananda, if he does the yajna and the puja, sorry for taking you as an example, it's his purpose. He's into it. Or if my mother does Abhishek of Krishna Balaram, it's her purpose. She's so into it and worshipping Krishna Balaram, she's ecstatic. So that's very nice, yeah? So we need to have our purpose and really have the service where we like, boom, we can really be ourselves. Yes. Before Prabhuji was Subha Gopal, yeah, and then we do love, and then also you.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu. You also talked about mentorship, and from what I see, it's a little bit lacking, at least from the devotees I associate with sometimes. Mm-hmm. Could you maybe give some advice as a younger devotee, how to really find the devotee one can trust and take shelter of?
I have the same problem, and the problem is usually ego, to be honest. For me, it's difficult to find somebody I can completely reveal myself to. And to find somebody who's like, okay, I can completely trust. I have few people, and that I really can open to, and I'm very grateful for that. Until then, I was like, there was something missing. But once I had it, I was like, you can trust. Like I had, for me, I can say his name is Jaisachi Prabhu. It was so nice for me as a brahmacharya. I felt protected by him, and also, like, he told me off when it was the right thing to do, really strictly told me off. Gour Mohan, this is complete nonsense. Okay, this is nonsense, I don't do this. But sometimes somebody needs to tell you off, and that's, but you said, like, you feel like it's for your own good. And it's very difficult to find somebody like that, because, as I said before, everybody's too soft. We are gentle parenting, and nobody's daring to give you the club. Because you might, of course, not always be right. Of course, also your mentor might not always be right, but if he has the right intention, he will always be right. You understand? If you, as a mentor acceptance, if you're in the right position, you will always get the right instructions also from your mentor. Of course, you should use your intelligence, but usually you attract the right guidance if you're in the right position. So that's very important. So therefore I say, if you're ready to have a mentor, then you will find one. Just you need to be yourself a good mentor. Mentee. Yeah, that's the right word, mentee. You need to be the right mentee. Then you'll find a good mentor. And then the other thing, Subha Gopal, you're also in a position to give shelter to others. Be open for others and give them shelter. Yeah. You agree, he's a good mentor? He likes you very much. So that's very good. You see, we have a natural relationship, and also we need to grow in our situation where we are in, and it's natural to give other shelters, but also to accept shelter, and have people who can show us our way. So first you be qualified and you open up to other people so that they can actually guide you. Else if you never open up, who can guide you? Even if they're qualified. Even if it would be the right person to guide you. It's good? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Then love, what's your question? Just speak loud. Yeah.
Is this specifically for this line of bhakti, or you say spiritual line that we are in, or is it about everything in life? For example, having many goals and aspirations, is that one thing, or is it just purely for a spiritual purpose?
Usually it's Bhagavad Gita's universal principles, and you can apply them for your business life, you can apply them for your personal life, and yeah, but it applies everywhere. It makes sense. If you have a certain capacity, and if you divide it into many small parts, any capacity that you have, you can easily bend and break. And thus, if in business you just focus on one branch, then you can have all your energy put into it. Now, in business, it's a little different. You must have, for example, if you rely on only one source of income, if that breaks away, then you're completely broken. But if you have different sources of income, just don't need to focus completely on it, but if it's just like you put some securities on the side, then you have maintain some normal life, and then you can focus on your real thing. But some, by distributing everything, they focus so much on everything else that they cannot focus on the one thing. Yeah. So it should be, the distribution should help you to focus, not other way around. The distribution distributes you everywhere. Yeah. And so it balances in spiritual and in material. But in spiritual, also we do many different services. Like we do a little here, a little there. It's not that I'm a book distributor. I don't wash plates. I don't do this. I'm only distributing. Like I'm only pujari. I don't do this. I'm a cook. I don't wash the pots, or I don't clean the floor. It's like, or I don't help in the garden, when they're doing pizza, I only do this. No, you of course do many different services because that's natural. It's like also you become expert in that. But you have your main service, which is where you're blossoming. It's good. Okay, Prabhu.
I have a question to you mentioned that when somebody works do his service not conscious, then in stressful situations he will feel himself also bad and so on. Yeah. And I saw myself in such in this part, because when I went to Sankirtan the first time, this was like in the temple it was okay, but when I went to Sankirtan the first, second time, so many doubts came if Krishna exists, and if it's all also a lot of different kind of doubts. It was very difficult. Now it's became already more easy, but I would like to participate at this marathon, and I understand that it will be big herausforderung for me. So I wanted to ask you how I can be more conscious, or how I can prepare myself so that it will be more easy for me to in such stressful situations.
The situation is it's under pressure because you need to approach somebody and convince them to take the book. The main thing is in such situations, of course, you have your purpose in your heart, that actually you want to not only distribute many books, but you really want to be a tool, And the nice meditation is that you just don't want to be in the way, There's the book, and there's the person who's eager to. Sometimes it happens, there's a person who is, he would be the perfect person to take a book. He's doing yoga, he looks freaky, he is super, super person to take a book, super customer. but somehow you express it in the wrong way, and they say, "Ah, no, I don't like it." It's like, no, but it's you. You should get it. You know, you're so attached to it. And then, in this moment, you should think like, let me not be in the way. You know, because sometimes you just mess it up, and the person should have the book. So the main thing is, you meditate. Please, Krishna, let me not be in the way. Let me just flow. You know, let me be your postman. And you don't need to think I need to convince him or Krishna exists or nothing. You know, you just pray to Krishna, you chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's like, let me not be in the way, let me just give this book. You know, and they're your friends. That's the second part. They're not your enemies. They're not somebody you need to fight with and convince them and win the battle. They're your friends. And you're meeting them again. Hello, I have something very beautiful for you. Want to take a look? I said, no? Okay, no problem. See you. That's it. No, you should not be attached. Look, I want to give you a book. So he stopped finally. In the beginning, I was like, somebody stopped. And it's like, why do you want to give me the book? The person said, like, because you stopped. But there's so many other people, but they didn't stop. So it's difficult for people even to stop, you know. Become so attached to it. The more you're detached and really honest about your purpose, now they understand if you have an ulterior motive. In the street, people very easily understand if you want to sell them something or if you really want to do them good. That's the main thing. If you just want to sell them something, they're allergic to it. They've often been sold something to. But if you really want to do them good, you really like them, and you really want to do good, you're like friends, then they love you. They take the book if a donation or question asked. Yeah? You're the buddy. Like what I like, you hit the belly, you know? If it's a guy, not a girl. You do like that, and then they become very soft. It's a thing that you really, it's a meditation. They're your friends, and you're meeting them, and you really want to just give them something. If they don't want, no problem. So it was nice meeting you. Thank you. You're very grateful that you met them. Then you take the good energy and just take it to the next person. If you are very like, oh, he said no, oh my goodness. Well, no problem. So many other people. They're just so nice. It's like a windmill, like Navina Nirada. He was here shortly. And he always says it's like you need to do energy work. You take the bad or good energy, whatever it is, and you transform it always to good energy. Like, if they say like, no, I hate you, get off, get a job. It's like, yeah, no problem, thank you very much. The next one, thank you very much. You really take it as a good, take the good energy and then transform it and always take along. If you always accept it and take it as a burden, layer upon layer, it becomes too much. Yeah? Because they're all nice, actually. Everybody's nice. Yeah, they're all your friends. You think so?
How I can be not attached, but at the same time stay motivated? Because
be friends. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You really want to do them good. You know, if you what's motivated? Motivated means you want to sell them something. You're really their friend. You just really want to do them good. If they don't want the book, no problem. There's another one. Yeah, that's the main thing.
I will try to meditate on it.
Yeah, it's really important that because we're not salesmen in that regard. Yeah, and then you can touch the heart immediately. Ramananda, you want to say something too? You always have something to say, though. Therefore,
it's just that I don't fall asleep. I start to speak. I mean, there's nothing to add to your lecture, I guess.
Something about purpose.
I just thought the question of Louvre or something. And, you know, services. Of course, we are kind of trained in the beginning. We do many different services, but in the long run, I think it's also recommended by the acharyas to focus on one service and try to perfect the service, because this is also like your gateway into the spiritual world. You know, you start performing a service and become more and more meditate upon it, become attached to the service, and you know, perform it in a way that it becomes like yourself. You become the service. It's one way, but of course in nowadays, and as Acharya, as Srila Prabhupada, he could do anything. He showed us how to sweep the floor and do so many different tasks.
But what do you say I have a question for you. What do you say to a brahmachari who is understanding that I'm not a pot washer, I'm not a kitchen helper, I'm not a book distributor, I'm not all of that. What should be his service?
No, he for sure. In the beginning, we kind of go around and get to know, because it's also important for the temple management that one finds out where this person suits, what is his nature. It's quite quickly, or for some it's quite quickly. You see, wow, let's see, he's a cook. Some were already cooked before. For some it came out that he can cook, and in this way, therefore we have to go around and get to know what is the temple. We learn to experience different services, and we learn to experiences us in the services, and then we also see what is our situation. So therefore, in the beginning, I think it's good to have a variety, especially if it's a project like this. You have so many different links where you can try to link in. But with the time, it's good. With the time, it's good to kind of focus in one service. As Madhupati always said, when you do Sankirtan, you have to brief Sankirtan. You have to brief book distribution.
Yeah.
And I think it's with all services, because it really takes you in. You see, Paramahamsa, he's meditating only about cooking. When he's with Govinda Dev, they're speaking only about cooking. Only about that. Did you
That's amazing.
This
They
dish
cannot
and that
stop.
dish, we can do this
For
and
3
that.
hours.
Yeah. And even, it's like
Super,
this.
yeah.
Like, if you're not
And
a
they
cook,
like doing
it's so
pizza. Like yesterday, I really tried to help them out, and then they wouldn't go away.
No, yeah, but because that's their thing,
Yeah, they
this
love it.
kind of they love to see the devotees happy, and for them it's a science, it's an art.
Yeah.
It's not just something what I have to quickly done. We have to understand this devotional service. It's the art of living. It's the art of expressing the soul to God, to Krishna.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
So and when we don't have this, after a while we're really lacking something, because we floating like a cloud in the air, always by the winds, pushing here and there in our mind. Now I should do this, now I should do this. And the question is, what is your motivation? Like, oh no, this is, I want to be want to be recognized as this and that or whatever. But if you find your service, then it takes you all, you can connect everything what you see with that service. Paramahamsa is always meditating, okay, what can I do? Here has to be a sink, here has to be a this, You know what I mean? This is, I think, essential in the later part of our spiritual journey. And if we perfect our service, then we can go back and teach others about everything else. Like Srila Prabhupada, or sweeping the floor or whatever. But
Yeah. Nice. Thank you very much. Perfect. Any other comments, questions, some input from the ladies? Yeah, Mataji, please.
This nice point, what you said, that like to having right senior or friend who can like put us back on the track. It's even more important than having a spiritual master. You said it's contradictory, and I don't see it as a contradictory, because this friend and this mentor, he put us back. He helped us to follow the instruction of the spiritual master rightly.
Yeah, true. Good point. He helps us to be in the flow of the spiritual master.
It's not contradiction.
Yeah.
It's just bringing us closer to the spiritual master.
Yeah, nice.
Will.
I think it's so important to, as I also like what you said, the friend or mentor. Like, it doesn't need to be always the mentor, like, yeah, mentor, you're my mentor. But it can be a friend, the friend with whom you can reveal. Maybe a friend who's a little senior, maybe a friend who's a little junior. But you have a friend with whom you can reveal, and they can also help you just like see it from a different way, different angle, and then you can like go through this difficulty, or just go through this to find your real service, or to perfectionize your service, to do like, everybody has a little challenge once in a while, and then you can adjust it like perfectly to make it really nice. And yeah, we need this friend and helper. Ramananda, yes.
I think it's a very big topic, this mentor thing, and I think we not really implement it because we don't understand the concept of mentoring.
Yeah,
And
I think also
mentorship.
here in the West we are like very scared to mentorship.
Yes.
You know, it's like more we don't want to subjugate to somebody.
Well, yeah, but you see other cultures like in India, you have to have a mentor, and it's kind of you have a mentor, and he's a mentor, and you have a mentor. I have a mentor. Super, I have a mentor. You know, but you're not really working under this mentor. But it's like a shiksha guru or something like that. But you know, being with a mentor means you work with somebody who is experienced, and you try to work with him. So it means you have to trust and listen to them. Doesn't mean you have to completely, from the beginning, open your heart, but you try to work with somebody who has experience. If you're a carpenter, you want to be a carpenter, you go to an experienced carpenter to learn this from him. Because our gurus not only have, you know, mostly they don't have the time to really work with us, to live with them in the ashram. So it's like a shiksha guru, but this is a high word, and everybody, oh no, I'm not a guru, you know. But as a mentor, we take kind of responsibility, and we submit ourselves as a mentees under somebody who takes responsibility for us. It's also a relieving fact, and only if you learn this principle, then we can become a mentor.
Yeah.
Later on. So, but as you said, it's, you know, we don't trust so much, and especially in our generation, I also find it hard because we're missing one generation above us somehow.
Yeah, that's what we're missing.
No? So it's but the next generations, they have this, but of course they're thinking they don't have mentors, so why we should go to them? And yeah, it's a little bit.
But we're growing as a society. So social, as a society, we need to grow. As you say, this generation of between 90s and 80s and 2000, basically, this is in ISKCON Germany. It's missing. Therefore, we are missing this elder, devotees.
One whole generation. But to Shamanandini's point, yeah, I mean, a friend is a friend. A mentor is something something
Yeah, but
else.
also you can have a friendly
should have
relationship with a
both.
mentor. You should have both. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be better.
Yeah, because
But you need to have a friend. You need to have a mentor. Both of
you
them.
need lots of friends.
Yeah.
But with friends, you
But one
don't-
really good one. That's right. You can have many friends, but you have one really good one.
Yeah, and you can reveal yourself, but it's not. You don't work with a friend. You know,
that's true.
you're not really take him always serious. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You know, so but a mentor, you kind of to learn this principle of, okay, I'm working here, I'm trying to, you know, okay, I have an issue here, how I can address this issue. You can maybe address the issue with a friend, but you likely will not work directly under him. It could be like Arjuna took Krishna, he was his friend, and then he took him as his mentor, or even as you want to have him as a guru. You know, so that the changed, and it could change over the time, but most likely not. But it's good to have both, I think.
Yeah, I want to have all friendship of you now, and let's take together prasadam.
Nice.
Thank you very much for your beautiful discussion and attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, Gour Premanande. Thank you, Ramananda.